Hey, welcome back, guys. Dan with Barrel Blazing Barbells. Today I'm working on product review, box opening, just general information about this Powertac Warrior G4 FL. It's a flashlight. It is rechargeable, so gonna go over this. And as you guys can see, I'm all done up in my Christmas gear. I'm pretty stoked about this. The local gun shop I go to had these special made last year, and then this year they've got Magpul ugly Christmas sweater hats. So had to give them a shout out. Shout out Lake Erie Arms, Mark, Jay, all the guys over there. Great group of guys. Love going in there. I take the kid in there and they give him candy and all kinds of treats and whatnot. And he runs amok around the place. So, but yeah, this is what we're going over. So stay tuned, and here we go. Okay, so to do this, I'm going to hold the camera here and then try to do it with one hand. But so this is the box that actually comes in now. It does kind of remind me of like a Glock or a handgun case, which is kind of nice. But very nice packaging on this thing. Very nice little durable case. You could probably use it for something else once you get the light out. But yeah, Powertac Warrior GF4 or G4 FL. This is a flood beam. That's, I believe, what the FL stands for here. It's either flashlight or flood. I'm not sure which, but let's see if I can zoom in down here. Flood pattern, 214 meters, and you can see the field of view there is pretty wide. A few detail points they put on the front, on-off button, secondary mode. I'll get into that. Direct strobe button. 5 modes and extreme durability. We'll also get into that. It is IPX8 and impact resistant. IPX8, if you don't know, is 2 meters for water resistance, and 214 meters. Talked about that. Max battery life is 60 days, and it is 4,200 lumens. I will say that this thing is extremely bright. That's one of the things I really want to kind of hit on and touch on with this light. So yeah, let's open this thing up, see what we got inside. Okay, so when you get it standard, you're gonna have some user guide stuff and maybe little advertisements, whatever there. You get a lanyard that you can use with it. It also comes with, if you're law enforcement and you got a duty belt, it does come with a flashlight holder that you can mount on your duty belt. It is very durable, solid. I'm not sure if it's Delrin or if it's just regular Kydex, but it is very heavy duty. You can see it's rather thick on the plastic, so very nice. Cool thing about this, it comes with a charging cable, and it is a magnetic charging cable, and as you can see, it's pretty good on the magnetism. So, and here is the light itself. Overall, aluminum body. It is very nice. There's the light end itself. This does not have a focus for adjusting the beam from flood down to like a more laser beam style. It does not have that. And as you can see there, we did some testing. Had a little damage there, but this dot right here is the actual charging port. So that snaps onto there. Not that it's a big deal, but one thing, if you go to buy one of these, you will need to get a charging block. It does come with a cable. It does not come with the block. So that's one thing that if you buy one, just be aware you're going to need to get one of those before you'll be able to recharge. It does come pre-charged, and it did last for quite a while for me before I killed the battery on it. So power button is on the rear, standard click, on, off. Got a secondary button here. This right here is actually the illumination information, if you will, for the charging. And it does have a like a belt clip, or I use it to hook on like my MOLLE on my vest and on my backpack. So overall, this was a really nice flashlight. It's a little on the heavy side, but not so heavy that, you know, it's going to weigh you down by any means. So durability against weight, I would definitely take this over reducing the weight on it. So yeah, we're going to get into kind of tearing it apart here next. All right, so to get into the flashlight itself, I already kind of went over some of the external details. I want to get on the inside of this thing. I told you it doesn't really have a focus on the beam, so when you unscrew the front, it basically just gives you access to the LED bulb, which I believe is actually 4 LEDs, all in one kind of pod together. So it's really, really bright. To get to the battery though, you unscrew the back just like normal. And when you get in there, there's this rather large round battery in it. Now, I got a hold of Powertac and I asked them about the battery. They told me the battery to replace was like, I think it was like $12 for the battery, but it's good for like 11,000 charges. So I'm not worried about the battery going bad. What I'm worried about is if I'm in a situation where I don't have the ability to charge it, do I have a way to back up? Yes. You can actually use a CR123, 2 of them back to back, and it will work. The key thing you need to remember when you're doing that though is the turbo mode, the brightest setting will not work. So something that, you know, this is a special battery. It is considered a high discharge, I believe is what it, high discharge, 3.6 volt, 11.52 watt hours. So it is a very, very strong lithium ion battery. Just to kind of give you guys a little demonstration on the holster in case you're law enforcement or you're one of the people that would want to put this on your belt, or if you could figure out a way to mount it on your vest. It does go in there and it locks down. I'm not squeezing, like it's not coming out. Like you're not gonna knock this out by any means. So the one thing that I didn't necessarily like on the flashlight itself was actually, and this is literally the only negative I had on the flashlight, was this. I'm not even sure what it's for. I believe it's where you hook the lanyard, but not that it bothered me or anything. It's just when I was, you know, if you're running your handgun and your light at the same time, just seemed like it was in kind of a weird place. But then again, you can grip it and put it in between 2 of your fingers, which is kind of nice. I can get it in between my middle and pointer finger, and it does give you just a little bit of retention. So something to consider there. If you need something that has a little more retention, you're worried about, you know, like I said, law enforcement situation, you're worried about somebody grabbing your weapon, grabbing your light, something that is there that you can use. So overall though, I really like this light. Like I really, really like this light. So to get into the next portion, I gotta shut the camera off and plug some stuff in. Okay, so to go over the charging system, I told you about the cable. It does have a blue LED to indicate that it's powered, which is kind of nice because I've had charging blocks go bad. And then there's the little magnetic dot. So when you stick this thing on there, it literally it magnetizes to itself. The other thing is an LED light comes on to indicate that it's charging. So it's red for charging, and then when it's fully charged, it matches the other side and it turns blue. So it's kind of nice to know, hey, is it done charging? Can I throw it in my bag or, you know, on my vest or whatever? It's blue, we're good to go. The other thing that it does is when it's not charging and the battery starts getting weak, that will also turn red to indicate to you, hey, you need to charge this thing up soon. So very nice design on that. It's not, the red light is not so bright that it's going to be like an indicator if you're out in like a situation where you need to be some kind of like light control. You say you're on patrol and you're trying to be just real light, you know, use the light, or you got it hanging and the light comes on. It's not very bright, so I wouldn't hesitate on having that. So very nice design on the charging. I actually like this. All right, so I'm going to do a couple tests, if you will. One of them is going to be a drop test. That's actually how we got some damage on the back side there. We're going to do a drop test, a water test, kind of a nighttime situation. I think I actually did 2 of those where you can actually see how far this thing will actually shine in a walking situation, and also kind of like some known distances in my backyard. So I'm going to jump into those and we'll go from there. All right, guys, so I'm walking back out of the woods. This is This is the lowest setting here now. It is not bright at all, but I can still see the ground enough to walk, and I can definitely see my hands. So if you were in a situation where you needed to be like cautious about the amount of light that you're shining out, maybe you're law enforcement or military, or you know, maybe you're doing in somewhere you're not supposed to be, but you need a little light, you could do this and use it. But next setting is this one. Now when you jump over to this one, it gets substantially brighter, as you can see. I mean, you can see that puddle up there for quite a ways out. Down the way, I'm gonna say maybe 10 yards, 15, something like that. So it's not bad. It's about as bright as maybe like a cheap Walmart style flashlight, you know, something just pick up at Walmart or something. Next setting, a little brighter. Does give a little wider flood to it, so it's nice. And then this one, when you hit this one here, that's when she really starts getting bright. You can see a long ways out there. That's, you know, 40 yards. I can see 40 yards pretty clear. And then on that last one, she gets real bright. That is super freaking bright. So, I mean, I can see up into the trees, no problem. If I was looking for raccoons or something, or, you know, dogs had a coon treat, or, you know, coyotes, whatever, you know, you definitely see good with that. So, man, it lights that tree all the way up. So, yeah, we got a couple more tests we're gonna run with this thing, so stay tuned. So for this next video, I'm gonna have my cranky faced little assistant here throw this into the bathtub. Huh? Yeah. So we got some water in there, so we're gonna throw it in, and we're gonna leave it for a little while and make sure it's good. It's good. It's, like I said, it's IPX8, I believe is what it is. So it's good for like six feet, something like that. Or is it 6 meters? I don't remember offhand right now, but it's good for several feet. We just threw a few inches of water in the bathtub here. We're gonna see what happens. So, all right, dude, it's on. Throw it in. All right, we gotta leave it in there, okay? Okay. All right, let me look and see if I can see what time it is here. It is 6:30 exactly. So we're gonna leave it in there for like 10-15 minutes and see what happens. Sound good, dude? Yeah. All right, let's go. All right, so it's 7 o'clock now, and it's still lit, still shining good. Can you get it, Gunner? Yeah. Get the flashlight. Okay. Can you reach it? Don't fall in. There's a bee. Uh-oh. Oh, you turned it on strobe mode. Okay, so it's nighttime out here in Ohio, and I can tell you it's about 7:11, and that's just picking up ambient light from the local town over there. This iPhone picks up light very well, which is surprising, but it does. This is what it looks like when you hit the light. So it's about 40 to 45 yards to my range there. This sucker really lights up. That corner over there where that white marker is about 60, 50, 55 yards, something like that. And then if you look closely, you can see there's a white one back there. That's a little closer to 60, but this thing really lights stuff up. Let's see if I can, I don't know if it's got how much adjustment it actually does here. Doesn't have much change from beam to flood. I tried playing with it the other day. It didn't seem like it had a whole lot of adjustment on that. It's mostly just like a halfway between beam and flood. I mean, that's a pretty wide swath. That's probably, well, 35, 40 yards wide at 40 yards. So it's a pretty wide pattern beam that it throws, especially coming out of a light like that. It's pretty small, but you can see there's like dust floating in the air, and it picks up everything. Let's see. It's starting to get a little warm. It's been on for a minute or two, a minute and 44 seconds on the video here. So it's starting to get a little warm, but it's not like hot by any means, but it does get warm. So hopefully this gives you an idea. I mean, if you were out hunting or in a tactical situation and you needed to light up a room, this definitely would do it. And to give you an idea on the brightness settings that I was talking about, if I can find the button, there it is. So that's setting 1, and setting 1 is like really, really dim, like to the point where I think like you could read a map with it, and maybe like walk with it. That's about all you're gonna be able to do, because that's a couple feet down to grass and it's pretty dim. 2, getting pretty bright, and there's looking out at the 40. 3, 4, and 5. And 5 is, man, that sucker's bright. So just to give you an idea, you look at the grass and it's super bright. So yeah, hopefully that gives you guys at least a visual of how bright this thing is. And just for the fun of it, there's what the strobe looks like. Hopefully nobody has a stroke or seizure or anything from that, but it does flash pretty well. So hopefully that helps you guys out on that end of things. All right, guys, so final review on this thing. Really like this light. Like, I know it's 150 bucks, and a lot of people are like, I don't know if I'm gonna spend 150 bucks on a flashlight. I'll be honest with you, I really think this flashlight is worth 150 bucks. I've got other flashlights that are up on this wall back here that were more than that and are not as bright as this. While they are weapons mounted lights, they're not as bright, and there's little things that I'm not super impressed with on them. So overall though, very durable, very bright, very bright flashlight, very nice options. Overall, I really don't have any actual negatives on it to speak of. The only question that one thing I'm curious about, but I haven't had a situation where I've needed to do it, is product, dealing with the company itself, as far as getting something replaced under like a warranty issue or something like that. I know when I talked to them, they were like, hey, if you got any issues with it, we're very open about trying to fix stuff and get stuff taken care of for customers. So from that standpoint, they seem very receptive to taking care of the community. So go check them out. Powertac, it's powertac.com if you want it. They also have Instagram, where you can find, I'll be posting some pictures and linking on my Instagram as well. I hope you guys liked the video. I'm trying to get a little more diversity on going outside and doing stuff on that nature, instead of just sitting here in front of the camera and talking to you guys. So hopefully you guys liked the video, the outdoor portion of it. And if you did, hit the like button for me. If you can hit the subscribe, that'd be awesome as well. And check out my Instagram, Barrel Blazing Barbells, same thing. I got a TikTok account. I mess around, goof around with my kid and whatnot on there. So go check everything out. I hope you guys liked the video. Stay tuned and stay tactical.